Guys, how you doing? Jared Scott, the home security guys and ex-security guy, and I just want to tell you really quick, I wanted to shoot a fast video because I had a major breakthrough last night, and guys, it just flat out freaking inspired me, you know? Hold on just a second. Fix my mirror. Okay. Anyways, it just flat out inspired me. You know what I mean? Have you ever had one of those moments where it just freaking came into your brain and you just freaking got it? Well, I got it last night, and I got to tell you, so for those of you that have been following me, you know my story. For those of you that don't, I'll give you the short infomercial version, but my background now for the last 6 years, okay, was in door-to-door sales, okay? Now, before that, I was in a network marketing company, and I was full-time doing that for about 6 years. My best year was about $87,000, and but you know what? I was selling the dream, living the nightmare, okay? But I did have a lot more time, okay? But I just didn't obviously have very much money, and you know, so I got burnt out on that. Had a lot of people on my team were quitting and things like that. And I made the decision that I was going to do something different. So I went out to do door-to-door sales, okay? Which blessed me, and it was an amazing opportunity, okay? And we made a lot of money and had a lot of fun and went on a lot of vacations and, you know, did a lot of lifestyle things, right? But I had no time. I had no time, and it was a trap, and I, you know, was caught up in this trap for so long. And so then one night in December, and if you read the blog post, you'll get a chance to see, you know, my good friends, Ron and Kimberly Olson, who used to be on my downline, okay, or on my team in the network marketing company. I'm not going to mention the name of the network marketing company, but it has to do with attorneys, and so that might give you a little bit of a clue, but I don't want to slander any companies, so, but anyways, and I still have the product, amazing company, all right? But like I said, I was selling the dream, living the nightmare. The residual just wasn't there, okay? And so then it's December, and my daughter, she's in her 6th grade Christmas play, okay? And I'm in California City, California on a door-knocking sales trip, right? And I get a video from Ron and Kim, okay? And the video, sorry, just a sec, I gotta pick my nose. Hopefully that got your attention and you're listening to me. My daughter was in this play, and I get this video, and I'm already heartbroken because I'm not there. And but while I'm waiting for her to call me to tell me how it went, I get an email, and I decide to open it. It's from Ron and Kim. I'm on their stupid list. I'm sure you guys have been on one of those dumb lists before, and that's the way that I thought about it back then, was a stupid list, you know? Like, oh, here's another one of those, you know, spam emails or whatever. But I open it up, and it was titled, "We made $500 while taking our kids to Ice Age." And here they were at McDonald's, and they were playing with their kids. And see, Ron and I, we worked together. We started the home security career together, okay, back in 2008. And they were at McDonald's, and as they were there, they had deposits flying into their bank account, and they shared a story about how they took their kids to Ice Age the night before, which I didn't get to go see Ice Age with my kids because I was out on the road because I had made the decision to be out there. And so in the course of a couple of days, you know, they made like $600 or $700, right? And they were at home with their kids, and that's what Power Network did for them. So I made the decision to get in Power Network. And I went to my first event, and it was that night that I made the decision that I was going to go, and I was going to go no matter what. And I was working for another alarm company at the time. And I said, I need to figure out, I need to work for a different alarm company, because I need to figure out a way to get to Austin, because, see, I didn't have any money in my bank account. And so I made the decision, and I got on board with another alarm company that was licensed in Texas. And got the airline ticket. I went out there, and I went to Austin, and we slept in a car because I didn't have any money for the hotel. Okay, and it changed my life. It changed something up here. So I got involved in Empower Network. And Empower Network is a viral blogging system, right? And they kept talking about this, you know, you got to have your purpose, right? Your purpose. And I understand all that, right? I got a big why. And I just shared it with you. My why was to be at home with my kids, okay? And that was my why. But what was my purpose? What was my message? What was it that I had to share with other people? And I'm ADD. I'm completely like all over the board, right? And recently I've had some major breakthroughs because of some of the products with Empower Network. Listening to some of the conference calls and the Inner Circle audios. I've had some major breakthroughs. And it was the Empower Hour that we just had just this last Monday on Memorial Day. And it was about freedom. And Dave Wood was on there, and he shared his story, and I love listening to Dave Wood. He's such a badass. Thank you, Dave. I love you, brother. You don't even know, but you've touched and inspired me so much. And I listen to the words that you say intently, and I understand. And so Dave Wood was on there, and he was talking, you know, about how somebody had, you know, asked him about being ADD, and that his response, and I couldn't tell you exactly what he said verbatim, but his response was so powerful. And he's come back and he said basically, you know, as far as who's concerned, right? You know, these diagnoses and everything, and I realized you're right, because I've always known that I had something powerful. I've always known I had something just waiting just to break out and share with people, right? So I like to say that I have my ADD blog, right? Because I blogged about everything. I've blogged about, you know, conspiracy theories, and I've blogged about personal development. I've blogged about the breakthroughs and experiences I've had, and I've blogged about, you know, family, and I've blogged about home security, right? And I realized last night, about 1 a.m, when I was drawing on the whiteboard with my 2-year-old, right? And I was writing out an intent, because we learned that in the training with Empower Network, and you can just click the link below and just join right now if you haven't done so already. Definitely you're gonna end up just joining by the end of this video. But I realized what my purpose was. I had that moment, and you know what I'm talking about. You've had those moments before, and you know, maybe it was like sitting in the parking lot, you know, in front of Taco Bell, or you know, maybe it was driving down the street, or maybe it was sitting on the couch drawing on a whiteboard with your 2-year-old at 1:30 in the morning, and you realized what that purpose was. And that purpose is, right, is to be able to help inspire, motivate other door-to-door guys, right? To let them know that there is a different way, right? And so through all this, through the manifestation of everything, through the concepts and the principles that have driven into my head, which have always been there, they just needed to wake up. And that's what Empower Network's products have done for me, is they've woken up my mind. They've woken up my mind that's been asleep, right? And I realize once I just take the glasses off, I can see. I can see clearly. I can see clearly now what my purpose is. Not my why, because my why is my family. My why is my kids, right? But my purpose, my friend, for you, is that you don't have to go out and knock another door in your life, okay? Through the manifestation, other things besides Empower have just started coming in and magically flowing into my life. I've met the right people, right? I'm now able to do the same thing that I was doing, only I get to do it from home, okay? I get to do it. I don't have to go out on the road anymore. And guess what? We're actually making more money than we ever made knocking doors. And I had some big months, right? And then we're sharing that same concept and using the Empower Network platform to share that with people. So guys, my purpose is to share the story and to help more door-to-door guys, get home with their families. Realize that there's a better way of life. You don't have to stay caught in that trap. I know some good people. I worked with many of them. I recruited a lot of them. And I sold them the dream.
and they made great money and they had a great lifestyle. But you know what? I've seen a lot of people get divorced. I've seen a lot of people miss important times with their kids, and there's no life in it. You know? Stingy owners that are just sitting at home, right, making money off those guys going out busting their rumps, all to get screwed over at the end of the day. They don't care about you. I don't care how much they say they do, right? They're selfish. You're better than that, brother. You don't have to knock another door. You don't have to ever knock another door. And if you want to know what I'm talking about, just click the link below. You need to get involved with us. This thing is going freaking viral badass. It's changing lives. And you can make a difference. And you know what? It takes a team. And I want to help you. I'm reaching out to you. You don't have to knock doors anymore. You can have freedom. You can have all those things that we always wanted, right? And you don't have to do it being out there knocking on doors, and you can still reach families, and you can still talk to people, and you can still keep doing the same thing that you're doing, but you don't have to be gone away from your family to do it. You can do this. And that's my purpose. My purpose is in 2013 to help 100 door-to-door reps quit knocking doors and still be able to make great money and be able to be at home with their families and live their purposes, and then turn around and share their stories with other people. Click the link below, and I'll see you on the next video.